I just really want to reiterate what I was talking about yesterday because I was just babbling on. I was so sad about the news about Tony Romo. So I'm just here to tell you, like, just my why this hit me so hard in the heart. 10 years ago, so I'm 21 now, so 9, 10. I was 9 or 10 years. I was between the ages of 9, 10 years old. A guy named Tony Romo became the starting quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. So, Tony Romo led his team to the playoffs and unfortunately had a bobbled snap, which has haunted his career up to this point, which is showing up because he was just a rookie. He was his rookie debut, rookie year. I mean, he was a third-year player, but he was technically a rookie playing in the NFL, And I really gravitated towards Romo story at a really young age. Him coming from Eastern Illinois, him not, having much, him having to fight for everything he's ever worked for, he's ever had in his entire life. He's had to fight and overcome just so many obstacles and so many things. And in high school he was never looked at by the big colleges, Ohio State, Penn State, and name any big college you want. He was never looked at. They looked straight over him. And Eastern Illinois was a place he found and a place he grew, and he became an amazing quarterback there. He won the Division AA Walter Payton Award, which is basically like the Heisman for D1A, and he won that. And that's a hard award to win, I would think. And he went on to declare for the NFL draft in 2003. He got, as everybody knows, he went undrafted. The Cowboys signed him for $10,000 less than what the Denver Broncos were offering for him at the time. And he's really fought for everything. His entire career, he's fought to be a starter. Day in, day out, year in, year out, he has fought for everything, and for it to all be taken away because of an injury, and is just devastating. I mean, you look at the guy. I know people just hate Romo because they hate Romo, and I just totally disagree with that. They hate Romo because he only has 2 playoff wins, and playoffs are measured by quarterbacks. If the quarterback can't win the playoffs, well then he's a terrible quarterback and he should just go to hell or whatever. But Romo has literally fought his entire life for everything. He has fought for every touchdown he's ever gone. He's fought for every passing yard he's ever gone. And for him to be the passing leader for the Dallas Cowboys, for him to have the most passing touchdowns for the Dallas Cowboys in team history, for him to have 78 wins in his career to only 48 losses, that's just an incredible stat for a guy who wasn't supposed to be anything. This guy was not supposed to be anything. And why it hit me so hard, because people don't realize, I gravitated towards Romo's story because I thought he was the underdog, and I've really always been an underdog. I've never, had the friends that, my brothers have had. I've been, kind of I wouldn't say a loner, but I just, never really had a lot of friends growing up. I really didn't. And the Cowboys were the only thing I really had, and they made me so happy. And Tony Romo made me so happy. He really did. There are so many moments in his career that I'll remember for the rest of my life. Even if he never takes another snap for the Dallas Cowboys, I'll remember for the rest of my life. There's been so many amazing moments. His touchdown pass to Jason Witten against the Colts in 2014. His, the bobbled snap where Andrew Garrard stops the ball 20 feet over Romo's head. Romo has to run back. He's picking up, he's kicking it, and he's fighting his way, and he gets the first down. And that's just an amazing play by Tony. And there's been so many just amazing plays, and I've just gravitated towards this man for so many years. And for it to be taken away from him, and then from me too, to not be able to root for my favorite player on Sundays, it's really hard. I mean, I want to like Dak. I really do. It's just, Romo's has been my guy and my quarterback since I was 9 years old. I'm 21 now. That's a long time. It's a long time to look up to a guy who's meant so much to you and so much to, millions of people. It's not just me. It's millions of people that have supported Romo, have loved Romo. Romo's just this amazing person, and you saw that yesterday in the video. He poured his heart and his soul out to millions of people. He didn't have to say he was going through his darkest of days right now. He didn't have to tell us he was hurting. He didn't tell us any of that, but he did. And just the way he said everything in his, little speech yesterday, it hit me in the heart, knowing that, A, my quarterback may never take a snap for my favorite team ever again, and B, he might be on a new team come next season. So, that's even going to be harder for me to come to realization. So, I've always just adored Romo. I've loved this guy. My goal in life is to someday meet him and just to tell him just thank you from the bottom of my heart. This guy gives me hope every single day. Every single day I wake up, this man gives me hope and inspiration, and he brings so much joy and happiness into my life. Nobody really realizes, when I see a new photo of Tony or a video, I just beam up with this happiness, and I just want to, just surround Tony and just hug him and love on him. And people just don't realize that about me. That's why I love Tony so much, and that's why I've cared for this man for so long, for basically my whole childhood, and for it to be taken away from him is it's just devastating, man, because he's fought for everything. He's worked his butt off so hard to get back and get healthy, and no one expected Dak to be 8-1. No one expected the Cowboys to be this good. And the fact that they are, they're just going with it, and Romo's just been this amazing sport, and the competitor that he is, that he wants to be out there leading his team. There's nobody on this earth that's more competitive than Tony. And, that's the one thing I love about the guy. He's just so competitive, and he wants to win. He wants to do it for the fans. He wants to do it. And the fact that he said that in his speech, that he's let everybody down because quarterbacks are judged by championships, and he hasn't done that. He has, in his career, which is, that's the part I just hate about it. It's just so sad. He said that this was his best team by far this season, and that is true. This is probably one of his best teams he's ever had. The 2007 season was amazing, but this team just is something special and something else. And the fact that he can't be out there anymore playing is just going to be extremely weird come Sunday. It's not going to be fun to see my quarterback on the sidelines with the headset on, holding a clipboard. I've known Tony Romo as a starter. I've known Tony as a competitor that he is. I've known Tony, as a quarterback for America's team, and it takes a toll. It really does. That's why it just really takes a toll on me. And I just, he said it so beautifully yesterday. He showed why people should never have criticized him, should never have made fun of him, should never have done any of that stuff. He literally spoke from his heart yesterday. And it was true, and it was genuine, and he wrote every word of that down. He wrote every word down that he said. And that's why I love the guy so much, and I will continue to support him with whatever he does post this season, whether that be, join a new team or retire or become the backup for the Cowboys next season. I don't know. But I will support Tony with whatever he does, because he's my quarterback, and he's the man that makes me so happy. He's the one that makes me get up every day. He's the one that inspires me to be my best each and every day, and the man that I look up to. And as a role model, as just a little kid, finding a role model to look up to. Most kids, back in my day were looking up to Kobe and, all these different athletes, and I just gravitated towards Romo because I loved his story. I wanted to, show that to the world, and I hope I have. That Romo is just this amazing guy with this amazing heart and just this passion to win football games. And if you saw the video yesterday, you realize that Romo was speaking from the heart, and he was in such a vulnerable position, and I just felt so bad because I felt like he was hurting so much, and I couldn't be there to do anything for him. And you just feel helpless, man. You just feel so helpless in that situation. I just felt helpless yesterday, and I want to be there for Tony. I wish I could call him. I wish I could send him a text message. I wish I could just go and just give him a big old hug right now, but I can't. And that part stings every single day. So, I'm still gonna root for Tony. I hope he hasn't thrown his last pass. as a Dallas Cowboy, but if he has, man, it's been an amazing career. And I've been so proud to call you my quarterback for the last decade. And it's been the funnest of times, it's been, the worst of times, but man, I stuck with you through thick and thin, and I will never, ever regret anything I've ever done for you. I love you, Tony, and you're just the most amazing person I've ever known my entire life. Thank you for being my quarterback, and I hope whatever you do, man, I hope you do it and you go big, because that's just you, man. You do everything and you do it, to the best of your ability, and that's what I love about you. I love you, Tony. You're my quarterback.